All right, Shalom. Call on y'all about Shion Shah. Shalom to the left. Now, I got a text from my brother earlier. Well, last night we actually was talking about this topic, but he hit me up not too recently this morning and asked me did I see the video where they showed a nuclear simulation. It was showing a nuke going off and it was on the beach. I think I put it in a previous video. I ain't too sure right now, but I remember making a video speaking on that topic. I searched through some of the videos that's in there, but hey man, like the precept say, like the scripture say, what manner of person are you to be? Because these elements is gonna dissolve, man, are all around us. So you gotta think about it. We'll go to this real quick. Book of 2 Peter, chapter 3. I'm gonna start at Verse 9, it says, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, and some man count slackness, because some people, they think this ain't gonna never happen, or this was just wrote just to be wrote. Like, nah. It says, but is long suffering to us, we're not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. So, the Most High really being merciful, looking out. He could have been pulled the plug in this place by giving people a chance to repent, tighten up, call on them, learn his name, learn their heritage, their history, so on and so on. But a lot of people not. Like I was talking about something else to a fellow coworker or whatever. I was talking about how you get all this folly being promoted. Like you look and see what's trending. You don't see these serious events trending. I'm gonna make another lesson too, as well, because you got attacks being executed on the grid, on the power grid, on the food warehouses and stuff like that. But you don't really hear about that unless you really be researching and doing your homework. But the main thing you hear about is stuff like the hip-hop world, which I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, the hip-hop world. Other musicians or actors and all this other shit. That's why this precept right here says, verse 10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Why? Because most people, when you sleep, the thief break in, you can catch your ass off guard. So, it's parabolic. Most of our people, they sleep. So, when that day comes, when that time comes, it'll catch people off guard, because they ain't really paying attention to what's really happening. Now it says, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are you to be? All holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening to the coming of the day of our wine, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Now, even though we know this is going to take place, you have to have faith that, hey, there's a high possibility, knowing this and doing the stuff you need to do, doing the works you need to do, trying to be delivered. Because people be like, oh, I've been delivered, I've been saved. From what? Because the judgment ain't came yet. That's how you gonna know if you've been saved for real, when that judgment comes. You end up on that chariot and you looking down, like the book of Revelation say, when they talk about that sea mingled with glass, which let me get that, I'm thinking about it. This book of Revelation chapter 15 verse 2, it says, and I saw as it was a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten a victory over the beast and over his image and over his mark and over the number of his name, stand on a sea of glass, having the hearts of the outer one. And being able to look down, seeing that destruction, that's when you're going to know that you made it. That you've been saved. And delivered, like they be saying. I mean, this other precept now. This is the main topic. This is what I really want to get into, but it connects with this lesson even more too as well. Now you got Pt1 readying them nukes right now. That should be trending. That should be like the top thing people be concerned about. You go outside like, damn, I might possibly go outside one day and look up, and a damn missile be flying in the sky, a group of them be flying in the sky, some shit like that. Not all this other bullshit. Because it can be distracting. But you gotta be alert, you gotta be vigilant. Now, let's go to this. This book of Revelation, chapter 16, verse 13, it says, but yeah, yep, right in chapter 16. That's what I want to go at right here. Verse 13, it says, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet, for they are spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth to the kings of the earth, of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of our Pt1 Almighty. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth, and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. And that's why we watch this stuff. We be into this stuff like that. Some people make jokes and talk shit about it, but when they get caught off guard, they're not gonna be talking shit. They're gonna be looking for help and answers. But the main thing, what I was mentioning, these spirits that go on these leaders, they go a prime example right here. Let me go to this video. Now you just had him. This was 7 days ago. You just had him saying he open to agreements. Let this play.
And we start with some breaking news, and in the last few minutes, President Putin has appeared to indicate that he may be ready to talk about reaching agreements over the war in Ukraine. Well, with me now is retired Air Vice Marshal Sean Bell. And Sean, this could certainly be game-changing.
It could be, but I think we've got to be very, very careful about jumping to conclusions here. There's the first intimation that Russia might be willing to start talking. If you look at this from a grand strategic perspective, over the last month we've heard the German Chancellor Scholz talk about the potential for talking. We've heard President Macron talk about the potential for Russia and the whole idea about NATO expansion. We've heard about President Biden talk about talking, and now we're hearing just the potential for Russia to be involved. I'm pretty sure at this stage that Putin would desperately want a pause in the fighting. His army is battered, he's running out of supplies, he's on the back foot, and winter is not being kind to the battles on the battlefield.
See, you saw like they run this little bullshit narrative talking about they run out of supplies and all this stuff. And if you actually do your homework and do your research, it's actually the soldiers that's over in Ukraine. They've been sending reinforcements on the low. That's why you have to do your homework and read and pay attention to what's really going on. They the ones running out of resources. They toying with them. They're not really trying to just wipe that area out because they have interest in that land, in that area. They want to put pipelines and all type of other stuff. Then on top of that, you don't hear about it too much more in the news. They actually found pyramids over there, which I'm sure they had artifacts and all types of stuff. That's what Esau like to do. They find these areas, these ancient areas with pyramids and other structures and stuff. They send the military in, or they call some type of event so they can have an excuse to send military in and do what they do, man. But if you don't read and research, you're not gonna know this stuff.
But from President Zelensky's perspective, I cannot see for a moment that he's going to be in any position to negotiate at all. I think we've got to be really careful here. I think on the spectrum of there's no chance of negotiation to ultimately this will end with a negotiated settlement, we're looking for a binary answer. All we're hearing at the moment is maybe we're seeing a slight nudge towards the day when potentially talking might start, and it'll be sometime after that when we'll get any form of negotiated solution.
And Sean, we've also had that sort of stop-start attitude throughout this war. Putin says one thing 1 minute and then actually restarts once he's gained a little bit of power.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. What he says one thing 1 minute and it actually restarts once he gained a little bit of power. Why is that? Let's go to these scriptures right here. As you see right here what it says. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles which go forth into the kings of the earth. The Most High is in control, man. That's why they be doing that. They'll get on TV. This was just 7 days ago. I'm going to go to the other video in a minute. Give me a minute. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I want to get that one. I know I always mention that precept, but that's another one I want to get. see exactly what we're doing. Book of Job, chapter 33 and verse 14, it says, "For Yahweh speaketh once, yet twice, yet man perceiveth it not." That's why the scripture is so repetitive. Because our people that hear something once, okay, hear it twice, and still might not get it. It take a little time sometimes. Some people get it quick, some people take a little time. Now verse 15, it says, "In a dream and a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon man, and slumber is upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instructions, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man." So this is a prime example right here. Let me run this back.
And it actually restarts once he's gained a little bit of power. And
So
I mean,
one thing, 1 minute, and he restarts once he gains a little bit of power, because it's not him just doing it. The Most High put the spirit on him to move one way and then move another. And that's how I want to get that precept. Let me get it one more time. I know I always mention that. Proverbs chapter 21 verse 1, it says, "The king's heart is in the hand of the wine, as the rivers of water, he turneth it whatsoever he will." So wherever he put that spirit on, or whatever type of spirit he put on him, that's what he's gonna do. You put a spirit on him to be chill and relax, he's gonna be chill and relaxed. You put the spirit on him to be in a warlike state, that's what's gonna happen. Now I'm gonna go to this other video I had queued up. This was just 2 days ago. Now he's ready in the yards now. In the yards now. So yeah, which they right.
I had no idea the water filters I've been using forever were so terrible. I know I need to filter my water, but a countertop filter just always...
It ain't gonna just be U.S. versus no Russia shit. It's gonna be U.S. versus all these top nations. That should be the trending topic right now. Like, hey, you have people rallying like, look, we don't want this shit to go down, but it's gonna go down anyway. Though, you think people have some sense to be like, we don't want this to go down. It has a range of 7,500 miles and was installed on the site of launch pad using a special transport and loading unit. I was keep paying attention to what this is saying. I got something else pulled up too I'm going to go into as I pull some presets. It said, according to one Russian newspaper, the Yars missile complex has a capacity 12 times greater than the American bomb that destroyed Hiroshima. Hey, and if you know your history, you know what happened during that shit. So they saying this 12 times stronger than that, man? That's why the scriptures say the elements shall melt with fervent heat. There's only one thing on this earth that can make the elements melt with fervent heat. And that's these. Well, the bug house ain't no fucking planet finna come crash into the earth or no shit like that either. What it say? Why I keep mentioning over? They ain't talking about them striking Japan or nothing. They right over there by Japan. They ain't talking about them striking China or no shit like that. It says the operational range of the Yars missile makes it capable of striking the U.S. or any part of Europe. It ain't talking about striking Hawaii. It ain't talking about, well, Hawaii is a part of the U.S., so I can correct myself. It ain't talking about striking Canada or Mexico. This shit talking about U.S. and Europe. Why is that? Because that's part of prophecy. See, look, can be launched in 7 minutes, can evade missile defense system. All that bullshit people talking about, oh, U.S. can shoot it down. Yeah, all right. They don't look, they've been perfecting this shit. And the most I've been putting the spirit on them. Let me get some more presets. Get some more real quick. Just a back over on this thing. See, that's why, let's see, I type it in around so like it.